Dear ones, I am Archangel Michael. Starting a new week. I'm going to start today's video, first by going through another task. As you can see, the tasks are very simple, and are easily executable by all of you. That's what I said, some should become a habit, but not that you have to do it every day, from time to time you can do it, there is no longer that rigor of execution, do what you want, what your hearts tell you. So today's task, exactly like the others, is a very simple, very calm task, in which you will take a sheet of paper, it can be with a pencil or pen, it doesn't matter. It's practically the beginning of the year yet, so I want you to write down the 10 things you would like to happen during this year. Please, my brothers, don't ask for nonsense, ask for something that is good for you and good for the whole, so that this really has a chance to happen. So you will write down the 10 things, and you will place them like this, from first to last in degree of importance. So you will first write down everything, 10 things, then you will stack them in order of importance, placing the ones you want most on the first line and so on. You will take this sheet, you will put it in an envelope, and you will put this envelope inside the notebook. Yes, inside the notebook. Remember that notebook, it no longer needs a glass of water, it doesn't need anything else, because it is already receiving all the necessary energy, so that those people who are there wake up and start their journey. Putting your desires in there is receiving those same energies with the aim of evolution, with the aim of what? Of achievement. And you will only open this envelope next year, and then you will see how much you managed to create with your desires. Yes, because you are learning this. So let's go, this is tomorrow's task, or whoever wants to do it today, no problem, but it's the task for the day. It's not that quick, because trying to write quickly is a sign that you haven't connected with yourself, you should introspect and ask deep down exactly what you want, so don't do it in a hurry, don't do it anyway, do what you feel comes from your higher self and will be good for you. Very good. The second point is to let you know that this week we will have a live meeting. It will be on Wednesday, at 9 p.m. Whoever is doing the meditation for Australia will do it later with a time shift. No, don't worry, I won't be so extensive as to disturb you in praying the egregore of light. It will be a quick meeting, but as I already mentioned, we will have several of these meetings during the month. Possibly every 15 days. So plan yourselves. We will have a live meeting on Wednesday. What is the objective? I want to be connected directly with each of you, in that moment. Not that I'm not always with you, but I want a connection with everyone at the same time, for everyone to connect there, and we can be together. So this is what I want, at the same time, because I will carry out a treatment, let's say, on all of you. Every time we come together, you will receive a quantum of evolution energy. Many times I will not explain what it is in detail, but know that this year will be the year in which you will be prepared within the evolution. It is as if with each encounter between us, your pineal glands are increasingly clean, that your veils are increasingly removed, that everything that prevents you from evolving is transmuted into love and light. Then everyone can listen, everyone can participate. On the day I will tell you exactly what to do. I don't think I need to ask you to have a glass at home, because everyone does, it's the only thing that will be needed for our meetings, probably every 2 weeks. Depending on the progress of the evolution, we can do it even weekly, everything depends on the level of energy that is reaching your planet, and how you are maintaining yourself. Yes, a great mass of energy is emerging from the planet, through people, things are accelerating. If you start to notice, a lot is happening, and a lot is about to happen. So I need to prepare you a little more quickly, so that you can walk this path in a more accelerated way. And that's what we'll do. So be ready, Wednesday at 9 p.m, on YouTube. Well, so today we're going to start a subject that many have been waiting for over time. I'll start by talking about Sananda. I don't know how long it'll take talking about him, because there's a lot to explain. Now I ask you the following, be ready for some truths, be ready, for many dogmas that will fall into your minds. So I suggest to each one of you, who hasn't done it yet, that you do. Search the internet for the letters of Christ. It will be a very important learning experience, in parallel to everything I will comment on here. As I have done in other teachings, I am not concerned here with origin, how. I want to address what Sananda's presence was on this planet. This is what is important. Where his soul came from, where he was created, whose son. This is not the essential thing, this is not the important thing. The important thing is what Sananda represents in the universe, it is what Sananda represents for his planet. So once again, I'll say it again, be ready for what you're going to hear. Those who think that everything I'm saying here is a lie, that I'm not the one speaking, that once again nonsense is being said on this channel. Respect. Make any comments you want. I just say the following, open your mind, because whoever continues to remain attached to religious dogmas will be very surprised in the future. I will even go a little deeper, you will suffer a lot, because you will realize that you were deceived, that nothing that was said. I will even restate what I am saying, that most of what was said was a lie. So my brothers, open your hearts, open your minds, let yourselves be carried away by the story I am going to tell, let yourself be carried away by the energy you have here, open your minds, and you will clearly absorb every word I will say, and as I instructed, read the letters of Christ. If you believe in what is happening here, and that this one, that I am using my voice to communicate, channels my messages, in the same way Christ's letters were channeled by a human. Over a long time, Christ prepared her, so that she could free herself from all dogmas and beliefs, and could write everything that would be passed on to her, without criticism, without surprises, and without modifications. So it will be important for you to read along with the videos I will generate. Once again I repeat that the origin of the soul is not important at this moment. This will be said later. What I'm going to talk about here is the being who incarnated on this planet, and who made a difference in his world. Many of you who follow the stories remember times like I mentioned here, when there were many gods, in which many gods were idolized, they were sanctified by the acts they did. As I already mentioned here, many were idolized, with human and animal sacrifices, things that were certainly not things of our Father or Mother God. Because a God of light will never want the death of a being created by himself. So this was never anything created from God. You know many Egyptian gods, many Greek gods, I'm not going to say that they were all personifications of the dark, I'm not going to say incarnations because you didn't see them, they were figures created by them, so that there could be worship of these gods. And the whole process of your inferiorization would begin. Every process of loss of power that you have today, in which you needed to pray, you needed to beg, you needed to ask the gods, for things to happen, for you to simply forget, that you are capable of anything. You just need to emanate and want it a lot. So this was a very well designed process, to take away this belief from you, that you are powerful. So for you to achieve anything, you need a god, and it has always been the maxim of all gods, that if you didn't do what he asked, you would be a vengeful god, a god who punishes, a god who punishes. So you were forced to do exactly what you were told. But who was it said by? No god came down to earth and said anything. There many are thinking about the commandments of Moses. I will still talk about it. It's not the time now. I'm talking about the gods created by the Egyptians and the Greeks. So that whole process was part of, the beginning of inferiorization, of the loss of power for all of you, in which you could do nothing that did not follow the rules that God imposed. So this was their way of manipulating you, of showing you who was in charge, because you were scared to death, because you were really punished, according to the rules presented, but they were not punished by them, they were punished by the gods. And so it has been happening over time. Many beings of light have been on your planet, and still are to this day, as energies that remain protective of all of you. This is what I already mentioned here with the Orazas. No, they never incarnated. The stories that are told, that they were this, they were that, are all lies. They never incarnated, they are not ascended beings, they are not beings that evolved and became Orishas. They are part of a class of energies, created exactly for protection, but over time, they were, as I will explain, they were involved in religions, and a whole series of stories were created, a whole series of false rituals were created, for where they are called, sacrifices are made. They are not for them. So they were used falsely, because they are not the ones there. It's anything but them. But that's not today's topic either. I'm just making an introduction so that you understand what was and has always been the objective from the beginning, to keep them submissive always, to keep them submissive to their own rules, to keep them submissive to the dogmas that had already been created. No, they weren't gods, they were men, men who pretended to be gods, to frighten them, to dominate them, to keep them in check at all times. It's like I've already explained here in previous videos, that we never abandon you. Many gods really existed, but not in the way they were placed, not in the way they were presented, as punitive gods who demanded sacrifices. It's as if everything we created, they distorted, created a similar figure, to eliminate what we had created, what we had brought to you. So, each being of light that we placed on the planet, they knew, and created all kinds of attitudes and customs of that God, in another way. The battle was difficult, my brothers, because it was as if there were two versions of the same God, and you became increasingly confused with what was happening on earth. Because we presented them with a merciful, loving God. No, I'm not talking about Father or Mother God, I'm talking about mythological gods. Yes, they existed, I'm calling them gods, because you knew them like that, but they were figures that existed. They were not from this planet, they came from other races, from other places to help you, at our request. But soon your actions were distorted, and everything continued the same way, because it ended up that you no longer believed, that everything you did had punishment, that every god who arrived had punishment for you, because everything was distorted. We did it, and very soon everything we had done was distorted. So this battle has been going on for ages and ages, in which many gods have become vengeful, but not that they have become that. And what happened over time? They left because they felt that their mission here on this planet could not be fulfilled, because they came to help, to sow agriculture, to help in end very important points for you, but as they were tied to figures that they had nothing to do with them, they left, that's why these gods disappeared. Few still remember them. So they came, were misrepresented, and left, because they realized that their actions here would not be of much value. Because there was little point in them staying here. It's my brothers, it's always been very difficult for us to maintain balance. Remember, the earth has always been in balance. The supposed evil, as you say, never won, it won some battles, but it never won the war. So when we brought the beings of light here to help you believe that you were strong, you didn't listen to us. Yes, there were some who listened, but they were few. Because the vast majority were already so steeped in what was said, that there was no point in us wanting to change that, there was no point in us wanting to bring more beings here, in return for the others, because they were all distorted. So, you can already see what was done with Christ's words. He didn't go unpunished here either, from their misrepresentation. This is why I ask you to read the letters, because in the letters, you will be listening to Christ himself speaking. The letters were not counted by men, they were counted by him. He told everything there, he told the truth, he told what no one had ever said, because it wasn't convenient to say, because at the time Sananda incarnated on the planet, you already had in your minds our Father or Mother God, as a punitive God, a God who punished. This was already ingrained in you. So like I said, many gods came here. I want to call you gods, beings of light who came here to try to change your mind. I will mention Saint Germain, as I already said, who incarnated on this planet several times, before ascending. Every time he came, he tried to improve his world. Great scientists, great writers, who fought against the Illuminati, always with the intention of making them wake up, of making them see that there was an aura of lies in everything that was said. But if you think about it, there are ages and ages and ages of lies, and you were increasingly being manipulated, with your pineals being solidified, so that exactly that, every being of light that came here, and tried to change everything, would not have success, it would be of no use, of no use. But we never gave up, there was never that feeling of defeat, that we always tried and never succeeded, because we knew what the result would be, we already knew everything that was going to happen, of course we did. So today I'm going to stop here, and I would like that tomorrow, in the next video, many of you have already read at least the first letter. So come on, let's say this is a task for tomorrow. Now erase the thing, my brothers, these letters are not meant to be read, like a book that you devour everything in just one day. You can even do this, read one every day. Now they are to be read with a lot of love, and a very open mind, otherwise everything that is being said there will not resonate in your hearts. And another very important thing, these letters have the energy of Sananda. Each of you who reads it will receive this energy directly from it. So notice the leap you are taking on your journey. Realize the balance of evolution you will be making. I will end this video today by saying the following: many will be shocked, many will not believe, many will think that these letters are a bluff, they are just another bunch of lies that we are trying to put into your minds. I just tell you this, whoever perceives it this way, whoever, upon reading the first letter, finds that everything that is there does not resonate, is not true, does not want to hear it, does not even want to read it, I make a request, that you listen to my videos, after I finish talking about Sananda, because it won't be pleasant for you. You will remain upset all the time. So that wouldn't be good. So stay for this time, take a break from the videos, until I finish talking about Sananda, because every day, that's exactly what I'll do, I'll comment on the letter. So this is your task for tomorrow, to read the first letter. On the internet, there are many, written and as audio, you choose. I even tell you to read it more than once. But it's like I said, this reading I'm asking you to read quickly, because we're going to comment here, but I hope that afterwards, you read it slowly, so that you can absorb word by word, what is being said there. So my brothers, we have a great step to be taken by many of you. Be ready, open your minds, or otherwise, that's what I said, forget about the Archangel Michael videos for a while. Because it won't be pleasant for you. Why listen to lies, right? Who should listen to nonsense? Why listen to unreal things? Why listen to things that are trying to change your mind and that you don't accept? So don't listen. I'm already warning you, don't listen. When I finish talking about Sananda, you can go back to listening to the videos. No problem, I respect your opinion and your level of evolution, because it will only demonstrate that you are not yet ready for what is said there, that you are not yet ready for the truths that will come later in your world. It's a shame, because I imagined that those of you who are already here, right now with me, would be ready for this, but whoever isn't there doesn't have a problem, it's like I always say, I'm still the same. No, I'm not going to leave your side, because you didn't believe, no, you're just going to be left far behind in relation to the others who will continue walking, because it will be proven that you haven't freed yourself from these limiting beliefs, you prefer to believe in them than evolve. So great, I will respect your decision, I will respect your understanding. Nothing can be done by force, nothing can be done by force. You are free to read, to listen to whatever you want. So before you say I didn't warn you, I'm warning you, don't listen to the videos about Sananda. Jump. Listen to past videos, remember things that have already been said. Excellent. You will be studying. Alright, and when I'm done, you listen back. Everything remains in the same place for you. For the others, they will advance a lot, because a series of dogmas and beliefs will be eliminated. And each one of those who hear, or those who read and understand, that's what I say, it's not enough to read, you have to understand, the letters of Christ, has a huge leap in their evolution, because there is a great proof, the way you face the truths, the way you receive that you were deceived all the time, the way you receive that it was men, who created the stories, not us. So think about it. Anyone who wants to follow this journey, be ready. Because it's a rocket, it is a rocket of energy and teachings. So be ready to embark on this journey, but if you don't want to, if you think you're not ready, that's okay, stay on Earth, keep walking on Earth. While others will be going faster through the rocket. You will be walking slowly across the Earth, but you will keep walking, that's okay. Now be sure that whoever chooses to take the rocket will not regret it, if he does it with an open heart, if he does it with light in his heart, because yes, he will demonstrate that he will be ready, for everything that comes next, no matter how much it shocks him. No matter how much it surprises you, but you will be ready. And this is what is important, I am Archangel Michael. I am here. As I already said, this year would be a different year, so let's start the evolution, let's start growing. Are we going to start evolving? Let's start to effectively free yourself from all of this, that is inside you, these limiting beliefs.